I'm Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner Podcast. Today, we're talking about why a divided heart will quietly cost you the things that matter the most, and how to live with a fully devoted, wholehearted, undivided heart for God. All this and more on the Rob Skinner Podcast. Welcome back to the Rob Skinner Podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Let me take you back to the summer I graduated from high school, 1983. Okay, we're going way back here. I wanted two things. I wanted a girlfriend and I wanted a car. I was tired of driving my dad's old pickup. And so I started dating a girl who'd won a teen beauty pageant. She was a knockout and she was amazing. She'd won some pageants. She was beautiful, she was fun, she was exciting to be around. And it just felt like life was really coming together. I mean, it's like I was really happy. Took her to the senior ball. It was fun to squire her around, just kind of show her off. She was awesome. At the same time, I got a job working at the local county fairgrounds. I was getting everything ready that summer for the county fair that came at the end of the summer every year in Nevada County where we live. Then that summer, I found a car for sale in the Rayleigh's supermarket parking lot, and I just fell in love. I remember driving by like, oh my gosh, that is the most awesome car ever. 1965 Volkswagen Notchback. Okay, this is like an it's a you'd have to like Google it. It is a funny looking car. It's very old fashioned, but I love the design, classic design. And I went in and I paid the guy all my money, $1,100 that I'd saved up, gave it to him in cash. He's like, "Why are you giving this to me in cash? This is dangerous." And I drove it away. A week later, the engine blew. Oh my gosh. So now I had a problem. I needed money. And so I started working more hours, more shifts, more focused on earning than ever before. And slowly, without even realizing it, I started spending less and less time with my girlfriend. Less attention, less connection, less presence. By the end of the summer, I had a new engine in my car and no girlfriend. Surprise, surprise. Why? Because my heart was divided. I remember when she called, she said, "Oh, you know what? I think we should break up." She had another boyfriend by that time. She had like moved on. Why? Because I hadn't given her much attention. So let's talk about the spiritual principle here. This isn't just a high school sad sack story from high school. This is a spiritual reality. You cannot give your heart fully to two things at the same time. King David understood this very clearly and deeply. Listen to what he prayed in Psalm chapter 86 in verse 11. This is the NIV version. "Teach me your way, Lord, that I may rely on your faithfulness. Give me an undivided heart that I may fear your name." David didn't pray for more success. He didn't pray for more comfort. He prayed for one thing, an undivided heart. David was called a man after God's own heart. But let's be clear, David was far from perfect. He made massive mistakes. I mean, adultery, conspiracy to murder. He just, not big sins, like big time sins. And here's what made him different. His heart always came back to God. He knew something that we often forget. Loving two things at once is a recipe for losing what matters the most. So diagnose your heart. Let me coach you for a minute. Let me just give you a little bit of 10x counseling. Is your heart divided? Here's how you can tell. Ask yourself, what do you think about when your mind is free to drift on its own? Where does it settle? What do you daydream about? There was a brother when we lived in the church when we lived in Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and he was a graduate student at Tokyo University, which is the best public university in Japan. And he was an exchange student from Thailand. His name was Bond. And he became a Christian. And his professor called him in one day and he said, "Hey, you're going to need to make a decision whether you're going to stay in the program or not. He said, what do you mean? I'm doing the work. And the professor said, what do you think about when you have free time? And Bond said, God. And he goes, that's the problem. You're never going to be a great researcher unless your thoughts are consumed with this research. And, he was like, oh my gosh, it was just an eye opener. But I think that professor knew something, although I wouldn't agree with his area of focus. But where your heart, wherever your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Whatever you think about, whatever you dwell on, that's where your heart is really focused on. That's the priority, and that's where it should be. So, what do you dream about? What gets you excited? Where does your money go after your basic needs are covered? What topics irritate you when they're preached? When someone talks about giving, purity, money, sacrifice, and something in you just kind of pushes back against, like, oh, why is he talking about it? Just kind of like get a little bit upset. That irritation isn't random, it's revealing something. It's exposing a part of your heart that's already been claimed. Here's the hard truth. Jesus made this perfectly clear. Matthew 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. You can't do it. You can't love God fully and love something else equally. At some point, maybe not today, at some point, one of those two things is going to win out and one's going to lose. Just like I lost that girl, you're going to lose something. Here's what I learned that summer. When your heart is divided, you don't get to keep both. You lose one. And often you lose the one that matters the most. That's what happens spiritually too. You try to hold on to comfort, control, image, success, relationships, and try to still give your whole heart to God. It causes tension. It causes friction. You just feel like, oh, I'm not at peace. It doesn't work. So what do? You pray David's prayer, but not casually, not desperately, not just empty. You say, God, give me an undivided heart. And then you act on it. You let go of anything that competes with God, even if it's good, even if it's attractive, even if it's hard. Because this is the truth. A divided heart leads to a divided life. A divided life leads to regret. You end up at the end of your life going, oh, why did they waste so much time on that? What a waste of time. That's not storing up treasure in heaven. If you want to be a 10x Christian, which I'm hoping you do, you don't just sprinkle a little God into your life. You center your life on Him. You don't fit Him in. You fit everything else around your relationship with God. You build everything around Him. You place that big rock in there first. So let me leave you with this. What's competing for your heart right now? What are you going to do about it? Because if you don't decide, life will decide for you. And you may wake up one day with a new engine, but missing what mattered the most. Thanks for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. First of all, sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send out a weekly newsletter to encourage and build up Christians like yourself. I want to help people to make this life count, live a no regrets life, and become 10x Christians. And I want to keep in better touch with 10x Christians like yourself. So just go to my website. Many of you have done that already. Go to robskinner.com. You can sign up. I think I give a free chapter of my new book, 10x Christian. Really easy to do. Secondly, read and review my latest book, The 10x Christian. I wrote that to help people like you. And please write a review on Amazon.com. It helps other people find the book. Because my goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.